Welcome to Rick Rack Ruby. I'm Laura Cluvo. Today we will be making this mini angel ornament. She's fun and easy, so let's get started. To make our mini angel ornament, we'll start with 3 pieces of fabric. This is 2 by 3, 2 by 2, and 2 by 3. I'm going to seam these together like this with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Here we go, and now I'll go over to my iron and press the seams open. Now I'm going to place this little trim along the hem, and I didn't finish the hem, I just leave it raw. And I'm going to use a zigzag stitch to apply this to the bottom of the dress. Here we go, there's the trim. And now I'll fold this and I'll match up the lace here and then pin and stitch up the back. With a double strand of quilting thread, I'm going to gather up this top edge. First, I secure my thread right here in the seam allowance, coming out here, and then I'm going to gather up, going through a single layer. I always say that because I've had students who will push this together and think it goes through both layers like that. But I always say we're going through a single layer and just gather up around the top edge. Now before I draw that all the way up, I'm going to add a little bit of tulle. This is a 6-inch spool of ivory tulle. I'm just going to fold a bit in half. Let's see here. I'm folding this in half. It's just maybe 9 inches. And then this folded top, I'm going to insert here. It doesn't have, you're going to trim it, so don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be any specific length or anything like that. I'll trim the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to secure this by wrapping here and then stitching through. I'll stitch through from side to side. By the way, this angel, the shape of her, she winds up being kind of flat. So she's like flat. She's not like a circle here like this. I'm always sure to secure this by going from the, from the front to the front and then to the back, going over that wrap so that that is secured in place and it's not going to just slip off the top. Hope that made sense. And now before I secure this all the way, I'm actually going to use the same thread to gather up the wings. So I'll trim the petticoat, and then I'm going to trim this out. And then I have a charm square, 2.5 inch charm square for the wings. I'll fold this in half just to sort of indicate the center like that, and then gather up along that fold. Now, if you have a charm square with a directional print, you want to make sure that it's going up and down, and this would be the vertical axis here. All right, there we go. Now we're just going to sort of set this on top so that it's kind of right above that gather on the neck. Just going to sit right there on top of the dress. So we have the wings on top of the dress like that. And then I'm going to wrap and secure the thread. So I'll wrap that around the center. Good. See how they fan out? Just pull them nice and tight in the middle. We're gonna cover the back. Don't be too concerned about how sloppy it is in the back. And then I'm going to secure this in the back by stitching through the dress a few times. Now to finish, I have these Petites dimensional stickers. They're white satin ribbon bows. We'll need one of those. And then I have some rust-colored loopy mohair for her hair. And you can use whatever you want for the hair. Then I have some 20 gauge gold wire and wire cutters. So I'm going to glue this. This is a 1/2 inch furniture button. It's wood. I've already made the face. It's exactly like the rest of my faces with a wood burning tool, or you can use a marker. And you can find the instructions for the Rick Rack Ruby face in my Focus on Faces video. So for her hair, I'm going to use this rust-colored loopy mohair. Leave a nice long tail at the beginning and wrap 4 times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You know, sometimes I put my fingers way far apart, but this time just put them right next to each other. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then take this end and go all the way around in a circle, all the way, and pick up the first end and tie that off in the middle. So you're just securing the middle of the figure 8 with a little square knot. And then trim those ends, but not too close. It's okay. If you have these little bits here, that's okay. If they wind up, you know, not looking right, you can always trim them later after it's glued. But sometimes they work out and they look just like bangs. Okay, so now I'm going to squeeze out some glue right here along the top edge. See how that furniture button has that little border there? And squeeze out some glue right along there. And then place the center of the bundle right in the middle. Twist the bundle toward the back. Press that into the glue. Twist this side toward the back and press that side into the glue. Great. Nothing to it. And see these kooky ends right here? Now we can trim them. A little piece of glue here. There we go. She looks great. Let's go ahead and add her bow. This is just going to be glued right here. This can be any color. You know, you can use any fabric scraps to make these. You can use anything you like underneath her chin, a little holly sticker, or a different color of ribbon, a baker's twine bow, whatever you like. Now let's add a halo. You just need a small amount of wire, about 1 inch. Then I like to wrap it around my thimble, but there's really barely any to wrap. It doesn't even go around the thimble, but that just gives it sort of a round shape. That looks about right. So I'll add a little bit of glue to each end and then just press that into the hair above her head like this. That looks good. Okay, now we need a hanging loop, which I already have my needle threaded with baker's twine. And sometimes I actually glue the cord, but I think it's better to sew through. I think it's more secure when it's sewn. So I sewed that through the wings. I always make the hanging loops long so that I can have plenty of room to tie. And then finally, I want to sort of disguise the stitches here, so I'm going to glue on a lace star applique. I'm pretty sure I've used this in every project in this collection, but this is lace that I got from Temu, and it has 3 different sizes of the stars, and it's just great. Easy to use, inexpensive. All right, so I've squeezed out some hot glue on there, and now I'm just going to press it right there in the middle. And there we go. Nothing to it. These are fast, easy, and cute. You can use scraps. You can use them for packages, for ornaments on a little mini tree. And they're fun and easy. Thank you for watching my video. If you're enjoying my tutorials, please like, share, and subscribe.